Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Today I've got my 10 Quant for $250,000 strategy. It's going to be a strategy for some of you guys out there that don't have a lot of income to put into crypto and you have a smaller portfolio, but I wanted to show you how I think it's possible to turn 10 Quant into $250,000. I know some of you out there don't have a large portfolio, so I want to put together some video series for you guys that have smaller portfolios to still see light at the end of the tunnel and hope for you to build some wealth in the future. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that have more funds than this to put in. You could take these numbers and just multiply them by how many Quant that you're building in your portfolio and see the potential that you could do with this in the future. Now, obviously, this is not guaranteed, guys, and this is not financial advice. This is just my strategy and what I kind of plan on doing with my Quant to build some wealth in the future. I would appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notifications of my future videos. I really appreciate those who have subscribed, and I want to put this video out there for you guys to help you out. All right, guys, let's jump into it. All right, so my 10 Quant strategy for $250,000. First of all, I'd like for you to try to accumulate at least 10 Quant before 2025. My goal is 40. I'm almost to that goal. I'll probably add more as I keep getting closer to the next bull run. I'm going to keep adding as much as I can. My initial goal is 40 because I plan on trying to turn that into $1 million, and I've covered that in one of my videos before. You're going to try to accumulate 10 Quant. And how are you going to do that? If you're poor or don't have a lot of money, there's things that you can do, guys, to earn like $100 a month. I would, obviously Quant could go up, to $150, $200 or something between now and in the bull run. But right now it's around $100. So that's kind of what I'm estimating these numbers off from for buying it. But if you can accumulate it faster than the next 10 months, great. But try to accumulate 1 Quant per month, and you could drive for Lyft or Uber Eats. You could deliver and make between $100 and $250 on a weekend on just driving for Uber Eats and Lyft and that. And there's other things that you can do if you're in a poor country and you don't have like Uber Eats or Lyft or stuff like that. You can actually, if you have a cell phone, which I'm assuming you have because you're watching this video. You might be watching it on a TV or something, but if you have a cell phone, you should be able to download apps like Canva and that, where you could create thumbnails for YouTubers out there, and you could sell those to YouTubers, and for a few dollars a piece. If you do that over the course of a month, you should be able to make a few $100s pretty easily, as long as you're doing quality work out there. I know there's other YouTubers out there that have some people in countries that don't have very much income that are making thumbnails and stuff for them, and they're making thousands of dollars per month, and they're actually in the top like 1% or so of income in their country. So there's things that you can do, guys. If you have a cell phone, there's ways to make money out there. So just kind of keep that in mind. Figure out if you're eating fast food, guys, stop eating fast food. It's expensive, like $15 per meal or more sometimes. Used to be a lot cheaper than that. Starbucks is expensive. You could mow lawns for people if you absolutely had to, and you can make $50 to $100 just for mowing someone's lawn once. So if you did that a couple times a month, you've got money to invest. There's lots of things that you can do, so just keep that in mind. You could babysit for people. Lots of things that you could do. You could dog sit, cat sit, all kinds of things that you could do. So that's how you're going to get your 10 Quant in the next 10 months or something. Try to accumulate at least 1 per month. If you can do more, great. What you're going to do is you're going to sell two of your Quant around $1,000. I wouldn't sell exactly $1,000. I'd try to sell it at like $950, $975, $980, somewhere around there before it hits $1,000, because there's going to be a lot of people selling at the $1,000 mark. So you don't want to sell right at $1,000. And these are just rounded numbers to give you figures on what to do. Now, what happens once you sold that first 2 Quant out of your 10 Quant at around $1,000? Well, you just made $2,000. Now, if it only costed you $1,000 approximately to pick up those 10 Quant, you just doubled your initial investment. So right now, you've got 8 Quant to work with. That's pure profit, depending on what price you picked them up at. The other thing is too, you want to sell another 2 at around $1,250. Now I'd start selling around $1,200 or $1,225, something like that. Don't wait for the whole numbers. That would give you about $2,500 in profit. You're going to sell another 2 at $1,500, and that'll give you about $3,000 profit. Start selling it like $1,450, $1,475, something like that. And then another 2 around $1,750 for $3,500 of profit. And then your last 2, you're going to sell between $2,000 and $3,000. Personally, I would start selling, maybe one of them at $1,950, and the other one, see, you could let it run and see if Quant hits, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, like some people are calling for. I don't think it's going to get that high, but it is possible. If it gets up to Solana's market cap from the last bull run, I think that's a $5,000 Quant, if I remember. And if it got up to ADA's market cap, I think that's a $7,000 Quant. So you could let one Quant ride to see how high it goes. But just kind of keep that in mind. Make sure you're taking profits out on the way up, guys. Don't wait for these crazy numbers. The other YouTubers out there, not all of them, but a lot of them are going to tell you, oh, it's going to $5,000, it's going to $10,000. Don't sell. Keep, hold and wait for those numbers. It's going to this price, it's going to this price. Meanwhile, they're selling and they're laughing at you guys while they're dumping their bags on you. So don't be that person. If I can help it, I'm going to help you guys generate some wealth and take profits on the way up. I don't have a crystal ball, guys, and I can't guarantee you these numbers. But these are just my ideas and what I think it's going to do. But I don't want to happen to you what happened to a lot of us in the last bull run. These YouTubers out there were just giving crazy, stupid predictions, and we were left holding their bag with our selling on us. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys. That's going to give you a total of about $15,000 to $17,000 or more, depending on what you sold that last Quant at, in profit. Now, what that's going to do is we're like, well, Dean, that's not $250,000. No, it's not. This is a long-term strategy. It takes a long time to build wealth, and how else are you going to do this? Unless you got extremely lucky with a 1 in a million chance and put, like $100 or $1,000 into something like Pepe when it very first started, and you got 1,000x on it. That's the only way that this could happen. And if you want to gamble and buy a lottery ticket, that's about the same equivalent. These are strategies that are at least somewhat realistic. And there's no guarantee, obviously, but it is a realistic strategy. Now, you're going to take that and $15,000 to $17,000 and you're going to pay your taxes on it. Unless you live in a country where you don't have to pay taxes and you're lucky. But I live in the United States, and my long-term capital gains, I'm going to be holding these for over a year before I sell them. So I'll be able to have long-term capital gains on this, which I think is about 15%. So I'm going to have about $12,750 in profit. And then I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit back and wait and watch the market crash, because we're going to have another crash at the end of the next bull cycle. And Quant is going to correct likely from 80 to 85% or more, likely 90% or something. That's what typically happens. Even Ethereum and them corrected over 90%. So what's this going to do for you? Well, basically, I think Ethereum was like 87% or 85% correction, but all the other alts were like over 90% correction. So you're going to be able to pick up Quant likely in the next bull run or the next bear cycle for about $500. So you're going to take that $12,750 and you're going to pick up 25 Quant, and then in the bull run in 2029, yes, it's a long wait, but in the next bull run, that's likely going to hit $10,000 in the next bull run per Quant, and that's going to give you $250,000. No guarantee of that. This is not financial advice, guys, but these are the kind of numbers that I've been planning in my head, and what's typically going to happen over the cycles with crypto. That's just typically what happens. Now, I think that's a pretty good strategy for only investing, $1,000 to be able to turn that into possibly $250,000 between now and 2030 at the long stretch. That's a 6 to 7 year plan to turn $1,000 into $250,000 fairly safely. You're not sticking this into like these higher risk projects and meme coins and stuff. This is just one solid strategy that you can use. Now, if you can raise more money on top of this and you want to throw some money into other coins that are higher risk, that's fine. You could do that, and you could possibly do well for that, or you could possibly lose it. It's all up to you. But I do recommend that you wouldn't just have all of your funds into one crypto, even Quant. I would recommend that you try to spread it out to at least 5 different coins so you're diversified. So you could pretty much try to do that. If you can make, like $100 to $150 a week, you should be able to easily do that. So just keep that in mind. But I appreciate it, guys, if you would subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather today. I've been sick the last few days, but I still want to get a video out to you guys to help you out and plan for the next bull run. I appreciate those who have subscribed, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks.